What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a very special episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today, it is episode number 76. It is our Christmas special, and it is the National Signing Day special today. We have a lot in store
You got hit
for
with
you
the
guys.
two-piece, the double, the combo, the wombo combo today.
We're going to be going over National Signing Day, going to have some Christmas vibes, and then, of course, our week 16 picks, where last week me and Everett kind of ran the table. I mean, just percentage wise,
give more credit than
I might be a sharp. I might be a sharp at this point. 59.8% on the season right here.
Yeah, it's.
I might be.
Nah, it's not might be. It's you are.
I mean, we're close to it. We're close.
You're getting close to it.
We're just on the fringe, but there's no way to start off than with our National Signing Day special. So without further ado, let me kick this off to the host of our National Signing Day special. All right. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the National Signing Day special. I am your host, Waterboy Grant, with my co-host, Everett Takes. Today was a big day in the world of college football. We started up. Well, I mean, shit. I totally forgot to mention Carlos Correa to the Mets. We're going to start off the National Signing Day segment clowning the Giants. Carlos Correa this morning.
Yes.
Yeah, National Baseball Signing Day too. Carlos Correa today essentially told the Giants, fuck you. According to my inside sources, I got off an 18-hour phone call this morning with my number one source inside the MLB.
Putting in that work, by the way.
Yeah, 18-hour phone call. After we finished up, he informed me that immediately after signing with the San Francisco Giants, Carlos Correa actually told his agent, Scott Boras, that he was misinformed and thought he was signing with the Yankees for that amount, not the Giants. He actually thought he was signed with the New York Giants, thought that was a mistake and thought it was the New York Yankees. Turns out it was the San Francisco Giants, and it actually was a fuck up. He had to get out of that deal immediately. Called up Steve Cohen almost instantly afterwards. Boras did, and got that deal done. So Correa, 12 years, 360 to the Mets, I think. I think that was the length and amount. Crazy numbers, crazy ridiculous things. But what a tough stretch for Giants fans, Everett. Okay, you think you have like Aaron Judge for what, 15 minutes or 20 minutes? They thought they had Judge, and then you think you have Carlos Correa for about 5 days. All right, then you lose both of them.
It's also Giants fans. Not just in the MLB, just Giants fans in general. MLB, NFL, anywhere, any team that's named Giants, just they've been going through it this year.
Yeah, and then you lose Carlos Rodon, and you go out and replace him with Sean McVay. So it's not a great offseason for San Francisco.
Don't worry though. They got Jock. They got Peterson. They
re-signed Jock, who I love, but I'm not sure if Jock will make it to Jocktober with that roster. You got to get him to October 1st before he can become Jocktober. So yeah, tough stretch for the Giants.
But yeah, they'll be sellers come October.
But yeah, fuck up on me for really screwing up the Blazer presentation for the college football National Signing Day show. But all right, college football National Signing Day time. There's no other way to start this off than with the biggest splasher in terms of moves made today out of all the universities or colleges. Oregon. We're going to take a little walk through the timeline. Everett, I want you to give me your thoughts afterwards. And I got a little proposal question for you at the end. But first things first, 2 or 3 days ago, 5-star quarterback, the number 11 player in the class, Dante Moore, decommits from Oregon, flips to UCLA. After hearing that, you would assume, oh shit, things might be a little gloomy for Oregon. That's a big miss.
Getting a little dicey out here.
That's a big miss, but they respond. First signing or first player of signing day, 4-star quarterback Austin Novosad, who was an Ohio State target, number 10 quarterback in the class, previously committed to Baylor, commits to Oregon. Then they follow it out with 5-star safety Peyton Bowen, number 2 safety in the class, number 2 safety, number 14 player in the class, flipped from Notre Dame to Oregon. Then 4-star corner commits to Oregon. 5-star edge Mateo Uiagalelei, number 13 player in the class, commits to Oregon. And 5-star running back Jaden Lamar flips from Notre Dame to Oregon.
Did you get Peyton Bowen in there?
Sorry, what was that?
Did you get Peyton Bowen in there too?
Yes. So that's 2 players flipping from Notre Dame to Oregon in Peyton Bowen and Jaden Lamar, the 5-star and the 4-star. We also know Bo Nix is coming back, though, Everett, but the rumor going around is that Mateo and DJ were a package deal. Does that mean DJ is coming to Oregon, sitting a year and starting for the Ducks next season? Not this upcoming season, next season.
Next season.
Yeah.
I could see it happening. I'm not going to lie. I could see it happening.
I personally don't. But I think maybe the package deal is off.
The only time in which I could see it happening is if Oregon actually is competitive this year. If they're not competitive, if they lose out on the Pac-12 again like they did this year, wrap it up. He's going to be in the portal come next season. But I could see it if they are competitive this next season.
I just think the moves Oregon made today, I'm kind of shocked.
Look,
that they pulled this off in the Pac-12 with their revolving door. Shout out Dan Lanning. Shout out Dan Lanning.
What my college insider provided to me today, by the way.
How long was your guys' phone call? Wasn't it 15 hours?
Yeah, we were 15. Trying to beat you guys, but just
I mean that my MLB insider was talking my ear off. I wanted to hang up. He didn't let me.
It was about 15 hours, and then we did have a couple email exchange chains, but in the end, it was not 18 hours. So we'll have to get on our A game for our next phone call. But on that 15-hour power hour phone call, we were going over this whole situation with Oregon, and he specifically stated that the fact that Moore left Oregon and he flipped to UCLA, having that NIL deal money basically flip off of them and open up that space for Oregon
they essentially freed up cap room to sign these other
that's what happened. Oregon literally freed up cap room in order to sign all of these players, all of these free agents.
Hey, I mean they still get the number 10 quarterback in the class, and then they also add 2 more 5-stars to the mix. So what would you rather have? 1 5-star quarterback or the number 100 player in the class quarterback and 2 5-stars?
Either way, you're not gonna be winning the Pac-12. You'll lose some important game down the stretch at the end of the season and blow.
I mean Pac-12 gonna Pac-12.
So I'd rather have 4 5-star players and top players in the class than 1 top player in the class. I mean shit. Like it's pretty.
No, easy. Yeah, I kind of like that. Kind of like that take. They definitely freed up cap room. Definitely freed up some space.
I also think that's literally a way. Like it's not work. It doesn't work the same way as the NFL.
I'm like half joking, but I'm also serious about that too.
It doesn't work the same way as the NFL, obviously. But if you think about
I'm pretty sure when Dante Moore committed to Oregon, Oregon gave him or gave his parents jobs at Nike.
Yeah, we were talking about that before.
I guess those jobs are off the table.
They're gone.
I don't know.
They're gone. They're gone. They're not employed anymore.
Do the right thing, Oregon. Let them keep the jobs.
Yeah, but I mean, if you really look at it, if you really think about it, obviously it's not like the NFL. But the way the NIL deals work, if you release a player, if you let them transfer out, and you free up all that money, all those NIL deals, you can use that across so many different free agents or signees, whatever the fuck you want to call them, transfer players, rookie freshmen. There's so many different possibilities to go with it. It's just really interesting to think about it.
You know what? I think this is a nice segue from the point you're making. Alabama over the past couple of weeks have lost many players to the transfer portal. Many players have hit the portal. Many players have left. Many big name 5-star players have dipped, including Brockenmeyer. I think I got that right. The tackle, he transferred to TCU. They had a bunch of receivers hit too. But what that only means is more cap room is what we're learning, according to Everett. Alabama today signed teammates Jaquavius Rousseau, 5-star edge, and 5-star D lineman James Smith. I definitely butchered that first player's name. But the number 3 edge and number 2 defensive lineman in the class, both 5-stars. who are teammates, just committed to Alabama. They also flipped 5-star offensive tackle Caden Proctor from Iowa to Bama yesterday. So that's 3 5-stars that they've picked up. Let me break down Alabama's class this year, Everett. Let me tell you, it's up there for best ever. They have the number 6 player in the class, number 1 safety Caleb Downs, number 10 player in the class, number 1 edge Keon Keeley, number 12 player, number 2 offense tackle Proctor, number 18 player in the class, number 2 D-line James Smith, number 22 in the class, number 3 edge Rousseau, and then the number 25 player in the class, number 3 running back Justice Haynes. And then to top it off, they have the number 38, 40, 48, 54, 59, 62, 74, and 77, 77th ranked players in the class, which gives them 2 players in the top 10, 6 in the top 25, 9 in the top 50, and 14 players in the top 100. Everett, what are your thoughts on Alabama's recruiting class? Do you think Nick Saban's boosters listened to him when he said we need more NIL money at the start of the year? That was a mouthful.
Kind of seems like it. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't heard Nick Saban complain once about NIL money.
I mean, he had his big press conference in the SEC conference days preseason where he was saying, "Give me more NIL money," and it appears that the boosters listened to him.
I believe that they did. It seems like they did.
Yeah.
I think that they definitely did get like whatever money that they had beforehand. I obviously know Alabama had a lot of money before the start of the season. Either way, it's fucking Alabama. But they definitely did get more from those boosters. And it seems like with all the players that they're signing, with all the transfers they're getting, whatever, like it really does seem like they kind of stepped up their game even more so than they do normally. And I think that it's going to be interesting to watch how, obviously we saw how it's kind of played out this season. And obviously there's still players in the transfer portal that teams can sign. So we'll see what happens with that. But
I mean, they signed 2 running backs who are top 50 players in the country. I mean, what the fuck are we talking about?
If you look at what they did this season, I am terrified about what they're going to be doing over the next, I don't know, 3-4 years. Like they could have signed enough players this season. It almost feels like they signed enough players this season with enough talent that it wouldn't even matter who the hell they signed over the next 3 years because they'd still be a competitive team.
Yeah, but I honestly think that this class, like Saban's staying another 3.
At a minimum. Yeah, at a minimum.
He's not leaving. Let's just say that. That's Alabama, though. I want to touch up on some other big names, and then I'll talk quickly on Ohio State. The Miami Hurricanes signed 4-star cornerback Damari Brown, number 187 overall player, number 23 corner in the class. They signed him today. But the number 2 player in the class, number 1 corner in the country, Cormani McClain, did not sign with Miami today. He's still hard committed, verbally committed there, but he did not sign with them today. Pretty sure he's going to be signing in February with a bunch of other big name players who are still unsigned.
I could see that. And people have to remember, though, that players will and can.
Let's just say Cormani wants that NIL deal up, or else he's going to fucking Georgia.
What I'm saying is people do have to remember, though, that even though today's national signing day, today's the
first day where you can sign.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that everybody will sign. And that's an important marker.
Yes, big distinction. But yeah, with Miami, Cormani McClain, my bet is he goes to Bama. But yeah, other than that, 5-star defense end Damon Wilson, this was expected. Number 13 player in the class, number 2 edge, signs with Georgia. Georgia beats out Ohio State on that battle. Now we can segue into Ohio State's very poor performance on signing day. So Ohio State, the positive today, we signed the number 20 edge in the class, number 131 overall player, 4-star edge Joshua Mickens. I couldn't tell you a fucking thing about him. But 4-star corner Kyan Lee flips from Ohio State to Auburn. And then Ohio State loses out on all of their top edge targets this year. And Mateo, Damon Wilson, and Keon Keeley lose out on all 3. So the Ohio State NIL is a fucking joke, and it needs to be fixed, or else come here.
You know who you can thank for that one?
No.
Cardell Jones.
Yeah, Cardinals not the greatest. I just found a wallet in my this jacket.
Okay, all right.
Nice.
Completely random sideways segment there.
Yeah, random comment. But yeah, just found a wallet in there. Anyway, yeah, not the greatest for Ohio State. Um, the NIL needs to get fixed. I mean, Ohio State. The problem is we're just getting smacked in the trenches. We don't have big boys, and we need to sign to big boys, and we're not going to get big boys without NIL because they're not coming to Columbus for the Brotherhood of Ohio. Let me tell you, that's not a reason why they come. So yeah, we need to get some X factors on the team, boys.
Do you think that you guys do you think that you guys could get those kind of players through the portal? Maybe they're not going to be that 5-star kind of portal transfer kind of player, or maybe there might not even be.
The thing is, like, I definitely think it's potential to get those players in the portal. I don't think this year there were any of those really big name guys available.
But that's what I'm saying is I'm saying not a big name guy, like somebody who has those qualities, has the physicality, like
that they could just go out and find in the portal.
Yeah, that it's just not a.
Nah, we don't do that. Ohio State don't do that. Nah. They don't do that. They don't do that. No. Don't do that. But yeah, no, Ohio State, it's like at this point, it's like we need. I don't even know if the big name guys are like helping because we had so many fucking 5-stars on the team this year and look what they fucking did. So I don't even know if that's, and I don't even know if I honestly don't know what the problem is. We need, God fucking damn it. What, fuck, why am I Mike Vrabel? We need Mike Vrabel. That's the answer. I don't have anything.
End all be all.
I don't have anything else to put it, but I got my winners and my losers of the day.
Okay.
So I got my 3 winners and my 3 losers. So winners first, losers second.
Okay.
Winners of the day: Alabama, Oregon, and Georgia. And losers of the day: Notre Dame, Ohio State, and Miami, because Cormani McClain isn't coming to your school. So those are my 3 winners and 3 losers of the day. I was going to put Oregon 1, but when you take into account the entire Alabama class and the Caden Proctor flip yesterday, Bama got 3 5-stars, Oregon got 2. So, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, Oregon made moves, don't get me wrong, but they also lost a 5-star. Alabama didn't lose any 5-stars. They actually got an extra 5-star.
I would say though,
so like Bama won the day. Bama won the day, and they got better 5-stars than Oregon. Oregon made a lot of waves, though.
I do agree with that, but I think also if you look in like
Oregon made a lot of momentum moves.
Oregon made they won the trade between them and basically UCLA, I would say.
Well, I mean, if we're just looking at it from that perspective, they did well.
Yes.
From what could have occurred.
Yeah. I also want to give a shout out to Tulane, though. We were on our bag today. We were on our A game. Merry Fritzmas, everybody, if you're a Tulane fan. But
has he officially re-signed?
Coach Fritz?
Yeah,
he's back. He's back. But just for a little recap, we secured a lot of top prospects that we were kind of going after. We flipped a lot of people who had offers from Power 5 teams and other top AAC teams. We went into the transfer portal. We got big names. We got a huge name out of Northwestern, AJ Hampton, cornerback. He was a All-American honorable mention, or All Big Ten honorable mention, 2021. Injured half the season, but still played well. Also, even bigger, friend of the podcast, Waterboy, friend of the Waterboys, Sincere will be returning in 2023 for next season. He will be back, and Michael Pratt, another friend of the Waterboys, he will be returning next year as well. So
a little bit of breaking news on the Waterboy podcast is what I'm hearing.
It was announced yesterday, to be fair.
Breaking news. You guys heard it here first exclusively on the Waterboy podcast. Michael Pratt, Sincere Hainsworth, both will be preseason All-Americans next season, both returning to the Tulane Green Wave for their senior seasons. Am I correct on that last part? I don't
I
know.
believe Sincere will be a grad transfer. Will be a
Still,
grad.
fuck it. Still, senior season. Still technically a senior. So they are back. They are better. Yeah. Bright future in Tulane. Does Cincinnati, UCF, all those boys leave? Do they officially dip?
Cincinnati officially dipped, UCF officially dipped, and Houston are all gone for next season.
Oh, so you guys are going 12 now.
We running it back, baby. We running it back.
Yeah, you're actually running it back. No, straight up, you guys are running it back.
Oh, although you know what, I will, as you are a USC student currently, and this name has some context to you. JT Daniels will now be in our conference next season. He will be
playing for Rice.
He will be playing for Rice.
Rice is a hard-nosed football program.
Oh yeah,
that's the
only
best
the
way
most elite athletes there.
All I know is that USC's arguably their best player. Well, maybe not statistically this season. Drew Peterson, you just got DP'd. He came from Rice. That's my boy. So that's the only connection I have with the University of Rice or Rice University, however they go by. I don't know. But yeah, I'm sick of wearing this blazer. So yeah, that concludes the College Football National Signing Day special segment. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Now we can get into our loser of the NFL picks to announce this upcoming week. Everett, why don't you take it away?
All right, I just want to clarify. Both Grant and I went 12-4 last week. The only reason I'm announcing these picks is because I was a bum 2 weeks ago and went 6-7. So
hey, you're the one who made those atrocious picks, brother.
It was bad.
But we both went 12-4 on the week, 75% pick week.
So you are officially, you said 58% correct, right? That's
59.8%. I'm about to hit 60.
I'm at 57.2% right now.
So yeah, according to my numbers, you are now 128-96.
Yes, sir.
I still think overall we're both very, very impressive.
I would say very impressive, although who cares about impressiveness? We only want to beat each other here. So
very true. And I have a 6-game lead still currently. Everett.
Yeah. All right.
Why don't you announce these games for us?
This week, there are no bye weeks. I believe
there's no more bye weeks for the rest of the season.
So here are the games we got.
Which also means there will be no teams coming off an extra bye week of rest before.
That is correct.
That's also another thing to keep in mind.
All right, so here are the teams that we got. Jaguars versus Jets, Giants at Vikings, Bills at Bears, Saints at Browns, Texans at Titans, Seahawks at Chiefs, Bengals at Patriots, Lions at Panthers, Falcons at Ravens, Commanders at 49ers, Eagles at Cowboys, Raiders at Steelers, Packers at Dolphins, Broncos at Rams, Bucks at Cardinals, and Chargers at Colts. Pretty interesting slate there.
Very interesting slate. Well, let's hear these picks now.
All right, here are my picks. And a couple of them are very interesting. I tend to make these picks, by the way, like I just kind of make them off as we go. So I haven't fully researched into a couple of these as much as I would like, but who cares? There is no defense for these for my picks.
Okay.
Jaguars, Vikings, Bills, Browns, Texans, Chiefs, Bengals, Lions, Falcons, 49ers, Cowboys, Raiders, Dolphins, Rams, Bucks, Chargers. Vibes.
Did you have could you Lions over Panthers? Yes. You had Niners, Eagles, Steelers, Dolphins.
Niners, Cowboys, Raiders, Dolphins.
Okay. All right. I just had to mark down the picks that we disagreed with. Okay. These are mine. Jaguars, Bills, Browns, Titans, Chiefs, Vikings, Bengals, Lions, Ravens, Niners, Eagles, Steelers, Dolphins, Broncos, Bucks, Chargers. The games we disagreed with, if I got this correct: Texans, Titans,
Yep.
Falcons, Ravens, Eagles,
Yes.
Cowboys,
Yes.
Raiders, Steelers, and Broncos, Rams.
Yes. Believe so.
Okay. All right. We're going in order. Texans, Titans. Why Texans? You
So
think the
if you
Titans
look
are
at
going to lose five straight?
well, look at these last 2 weeks, okay? Look at these last 2 weeks. The Texans have played two very good teams and have played them very close. Last week they take the Chiefs to overtime, kind of collapse in the end of that game, and obviously lose. But they did bring the Chiefs to overtime, and I believe 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I don't remember what team they were playing. It might have been the Bills or maybe it was the Eagles, something like that. Also have played a pretty close game with them. So I'm just looking at that aspect of it, and they've been playing very well over the last, I don't know, like I said, 2 weeks versus those good teams. And on top of that, Ryan Tannehill is out for the rest of the season. Malik Willis will be making his first career start next week versus the Texans. I just think that it's interesting. I could see obviously Malik Willis going off and playing well, but I think that aspect, having him go in this situation, might not be ideal. And if the Texans can stop Derrick Henry, make Malik Willis pass, it's going to get pretty interesting there.
That is definitely potential for happening. I just think overall, I got to go with Vrabel. I saw their team.
It's no disrespect to Vrabel. Obviously, I think that he's going to do a phenomenal job coaching them, but it's going to be the execution by the players that I perceive being the issue.
So the Texans out execute Titans.
I think so.
Okay. All right. I personally don't think that'll happen, but hey, I
I also just think that the Texans have been playing so well versus these good teams and they've lost them all. They're bound to get one. They've been getting closer and closer over the last couple of weeks versus these really good teams.
I mean, I want to say that too.
And
I do think the Titans, it's like
it's just the vibes.
Like a fight or flight mode right now in the season. Like you guys lose, oh shit.
I also think
like you guys need to win.
Lovie Smith is coaching for his job right now.
I think I mean I think he's getting fired no matter what. But hey, he still is. You could say he is, yeah.
Or coaching for a job for next year.
We could look at it that way. I still can't believe Lovie Smith is even the head coach of the Texans in the first place.
I can't either. I don't know what the fuck happened.
But yeah, no, I just Vrabel's gonna get it done, in my opinion. He hasn't won a game since November 17th, I think. Now, I don't think that stretch is gonna extend till what, January? Is he gonna go from November 17th till January 1st without a win?
I also think that it's shaping up for the Jaguars to pick up a game. To pick up the division lead. So I think that's why I said Jaguars winning this week versus the Jets, and the Titans dropping. The Jaguars were going to take the lead this week. I can just see that happening, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, that's a Vibes pick if I've ever heard it. I mean, that's a Vibes explanation. Okay, Falcons, Ravens. Let's just say this. I know Lamar didn't practice today. Still not back in practice. But fuck it. I'm assuming he's still playing this game. And I'm going to pick Ravens, Lamar or not. I'm picking the Ravens. Your number 10 team in your NFL power rankings. Give me the Ravens.
I think that the Ravens, if Lamar's back, are going to just win this game pretty easily. My problem that keeps sticking in my head is 3-6. And that was the margin of the game score last week when the Ravens took on the Browns.
And the Browns front seven is well, I mean, J.K. Dobbins did still run for 130 yards on them. I think we did see that their front seven was atrocious, but yeah.
The Ravens wide receiving core is the worst in the NFL, and now they're down Devin Duvernay for the rest of the season. He's out. I don't know what's up with Rashad Bateman right now. Their wide receiving core is just...
That was a preseason prediction of yours to pop off.
That didn't happen. All right. But the wide receiving core is just absolute dog shit right now. And I think in order to beat the Falcons, you're going to need to be able to pass. And I don't think that they can get that done if they can do it versus the Browns. There's no way you're going to be doing it versus the Falcons. I also think with a week under his legs now with Desmond Ridder, and they started coming back that last week for that past game at the end of that game last week. I just think that the Falcons are gonna be up one now. They're still fighting for that division in the South, and I could see them just putting it all out on the line now. Desmond Ridder plays completely differently than Marcus Mariota. It's a kind of a revitalization effort, and he actually.
I also think it's like very ironic that last week, I'm pretty sure if the Falcons won, they still would have been in the playoff hunt. But Arthur Smith called off the season, was like, "Oh, we're out of the playoff picture. We're going with Ridder," but they were still in the playoff picture.
Yes.
When they went to Ridder. So hey, just want to throw that out there. But yeah.
Yeah, I just think that if Lamar Jackson doesn't play, if Tyler Huntley's back in, I think Tyler Huntley's a great quarterback. I think that
I don't.
I think that
I'm gonna be honest, I don't.
He's a great backup quarterback, and he has a potential.
Are we sure about that though? Like, are we sure?
I think so.
I don't know if we can say that anymore. I think we're riding off the vibe. Who did he beat last year? Like, I know he came in last year,
like the Bengals or the Chiefs,
and won some games, but I feel like as a collective NFL casual fan base, we don't actually have a read on Tyler Huntley.
No, I think that he has perspective to develop into a good starting quarterback somewhere. That doesn't mean he's
whoa.
Let me finish.
Not
Let me finish. It doesn't mean that he. It doesn't mean that he obtained that starting job. But that means the team would sign him with the intent of letting him compete.
Oh, I'm not sure about that one. I'm not sure about that. I don't.
Zach Wilson's starting a game next week. Would you rather have Tyler?
There's
Huntley
different because he was a number 2 overall pick. Who shouldn't have been the number 2 overall pick.
Shouldn't
but he was. Hey. I think Zach Wilson sucks nuts. Don't get me wrong. But Tyler Huntley, he might suck more nuts.
No, he doesn't. Come on now.
He might.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Everett,
No.
Ooh, Everett.
No.
Okay, I'm about to look at something real quick.
Would you rather have Zach Wilson or Josh Rosen?
None of the above, and I would tank. I'd start Josh McCown and tank.
No, like seriously though, would you rather have Josh Rosen or Zach Wilson?
Zach Wilson, but neither are great options. Like, I mean,
that goes to show you how much, like, how little comparison, like, there is between those two players. Like,
okay, but you're comparing Tyler Huntley to the worst quarterback in football. Okay, like Zach Wilson, I don't think should be a starter.
No,
I think he's still better than Tyler Huntley, which is saying something about Tyler Huntley.
What did Tyler Huntley do to you, man?
Fucking sucked the last 2 weeks and play like what you said yourself, 3 points against the Bengals.
Did you have them in fantasy or something?
No, but it's just like the Ravens. I'm kind of surprised how not good, but
you're
influential Lamar is to their success on offense.
You're just telling me that they should have kept Trace McSorley. That's what I'm hearing.
No. I mean, he would. I mean, I love Trace. He's a Big Ten fucking.
By the way, he
legend.
will be starting. He will be starting for the.
However, it's just like what the last couple weeks have shown me is Lamar Jackson is maybe the most impactful player on his specific team in the NFL in terms of their success.
Yeah,
that's what the past couple of weeks has shown me.
I'm not saying that that's not the case. I'm just saying that Tyler Huntley is a capable quarterback.
I just think there's been a clear draw. I mean, the Ravens offense, even with Lamar, they can't pass. It's very stagnant.
I agree with that. I think that also between this
year
and
then you take him out.
I think between this year and last year, Tyler Huntley has not been playing as well as he did last year. But I don't.
I mean, maybe if Tyler Huntley. I mean, Tyler Huntley just can't be it. Yeah, that's my opinion. But I think we've been talking about the Ravens. Okay,
what's the next game?
I've been talking about Tyler Huntley for too fucking long. Let's talk about game of the week. Eagles Cowboys. Now, I know Jalen Hurts out for this game, but this is a game that Gardner Minshew just fucking wins. Like Cowboys have not been playing well.
Hold on.
Cowboys have not
Hold
been
on.
playing well the past couple weeks.
Hold on. You know what I just realized, and I just fucked myself. I thought I was doing well because Jalen Hurts is going to be out, also probably out for a couple weeks. I'm not going to lie. But Jalen Hurts.
I have no idea about that, but I mean, dude, Minshew, that's the greatest backup
let me
you
finish.
could have.
Let me finish my answer real quick. Let me finish my point.
Oh my God. Stop getting so sassy. Go on. That was questionable, but go on. Pause. You see that Justin Fields clip?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
300-pound man coming on my back.
With Jalen Hurts being out, I thought I was going to be one-upping because I know the Cowboys didn't play well this past week, and I know they haven't played well for a couple weeks now. But
well, yeah, they barely got by the Texans, and they lost to the Jaguars last week.
I did just realize Gardner Minshew is starting this game, and obviously he's the best backup you could possibly ask for to have. But there's another thing he's playing for this week.
His coach at Washington State, Mike Leach, recently passed away. Gardner Minshew, there's a death play on the Eagles this week. All I have to say, there's a death play.
Eagles are going to win this game.
Death play alerts. Now, Mike Leach, we went over this, but Mike Leach was such an influential character. He deserves another moment of respect. This man, we spoke about how he impacted Lincoln Riley, Sonny Dykes, a bunch of coaches, Cliff Kingsbury, so many different coaches, but also the players that he coached. One of them being Gardner Minshew. So a great character of a coach produces great characters of players. It makes sense. It adds up. Gardner Minshew is going out and he's getting a dub for Coach Leach.
I can't switch my pick now from the Cowboys.
Yeah, but it's too late. It is too late now, brother.
Gardner Minshew but one. I will say I just want to be on record. I'm not switching my pick.
Oh yeah, no. I respect that's it's a big man move out of you. It takes a lot of man out of you to do that.
I want to be on record saying Gardner Minshew.
But we can both agree the Eagles at the minimum are covering.
Yes, Gardner Minshew
at the minimum are covering.
Gardner Minshew is going to win this one for Mike Leach. I will.
I mean, he's winning it, but at the minimum, he's covering the +5.
At the minimum, he's covering for Mike Leach. Yes.
But okay, next disagreement: Raiders, Steelers, Everett. Why Raiders? I went full vibes. That's why I went Steelers here. It's also on Saturday night. Raiders, Steelers, some gritty franchises on a Saturday night. Give me Steelers in Pittsburgh.
I don't know what quarterback's starting for Pittsburgh this week.
Don't care.
I do a little bit. I also think that the Raiders kind of match up well on paper versus the Steelers. They have a great wide receiver, one of the best wide receivers, and Devontae Adams. Josh Jacobs if he can play well, great on ground attack. So if they can actually feed those two, and Derek Carr isn't a fucking brick and bum and can make some passes, I think that the Raiders can easily win this one.
Yeah, Derek Carr's been awfully Derek Carr this year.
Yeah, he's been a little too much Derek Carr for my taste, to be honest. But it also comes down to Josh McDaniels' prep. And I'm hoping that his win versus the Patriots last week kind of snapped his shit together and he figured it out.
Oh, yeah. So I didn't even consider that in my momentum. But after that win, no fucking chance the Raiders are this isn't college football. I'm not going to use that logic per se, but
so that's just my vibes.
I could see Josh McDaniels not doing much prep this week after that dub. Let's say he might be going out to the MGM Grand after that one. But yeah.
Also,
that's my opinion.
Think about how bad it probably is to prep if you're a football team in Las Vegas.
It's probably tough. So especially being a young head coach. Oh God. Like, who's the backup quarterback for the Raiders? There's no way they aren't blowing half of their fucking salary on just.
Yeah, I don't know who the backup quarterback for the Raiders.
Yeah, who is Derek Carr's backup? I'm gonna look this up. Yeah, while I'm looking this up, why don't you start on Broncos Rams, and why don't you get why you have the Rams.
All right,
I'll interrupt you with this fun fact real quick.
This is just a vibes pick. Rams are 4-10. They are losers of. Well, they've just lost one of them.
I think a stat came out just saying like they tied the 98 Broncos, I think, for worst record for a team after winning a Super Bowl. For defending Super Bowl champion.
They also are the first Super Bowl.
Oh, the backup's Jared Stidham. Oh, Jared Stud Muffins blowing fucking. Let me look up his salary. Let me look up it, and I'll do a prediction on how much money he's spending.
Yeah, but also with that in general, like the Rams are the first team, I believe, since the 2016 Broncos to miss the playoffs.
Okay, base salary of $965K. Sorry, but I mean these are important facts that we got to get.
At least like $50K is probably gone.
More.
You think that's a solid ninth at least?
Like, I mean, I don't know what the state tax there is. Let's assume it's like fucking 40%. So he keeps like 600K of that shit. Yeah, at least 100K is getting spent gambling.
Yeah. All right, so this is what I'm looking at. Baker Mayfield's going to start this game.
He doesn't gamble responsibly, bro. He's in the fucking NFL. But yeah, go on.
Baker Mayfield's going to start this game. I also am looking at
That's true.
This is a vibes pick. One, vibes on Baker in LA. Two,
I think we know all of our picks are based on vibes at this point. But yes.
Yeah. Two, I just think that this season is a wash for Russ in Denver and Mile High. I think that Russ is back at starting a quarterback this week for the Broncos. And I think because of that, give me the Rams. If Russ wasn't starting this week, give me the Broncos. But he is, so give me the Rams.
So looking at the past couple of weeks, both teams are 1-4 in their last 5 matchups. Both teams have not been looking great down the stretch. Both teams eliminated from the playoffs. Both teams have nothing to play for. Other interesting thing, both teams don't have first round picks, so you don't really have anything to tank for either.
Unless one of those
picks, so it's a very interesting scenario.
Unless one of those picks is inter conference, but I don't know if I.
No, there is no, because the Rams pick is to the Lions, and then the Broncos pick is to Seattle. So,
so it's I guess the Rams
in a way, if you're the Rams, you want to lose so the Seahawks get a worse pick.
Now he's thinking big brain.
Now I'm thinking big brain. Okay.
Big brain.
I think I figured out McVay, if he wants to benefit his team in the future, should purposely.
So we'll know whether or not that's actually the case, depending if they win or lose this week. If they lose, you blame it because he doesn't want the Seahawks getting a better
pick from the Broncos.
He just doesn't give a fuck, and he just won to win. He just won to win, whatever the fuck.
Or you blame it on Baker for trying too hard in practice this week.
Yeah, he's
you also have that built in.
That's a possibility. He's smacking too many helmets.
So there's also, while we're on the subject, I'm actually very happy you brought this up. There's actually a rumor going around that Baker Mayfield has padding in his headband, and that's why he's headbutting people. If that's the case, what are your opinions on Baker Mayfield headbutting his teammates? Is it a little bitch made now that there's padding in it?
I love it even more.
Oh, you love it even more.
I love it even more that there's padding. Like, yeah, it made it seem a little like sick when it was just his fucking skull ramming into the helmet.
Now, I'm a Baker hater because he planted the flag at Ohio State and shit. But
the fact that I
can understand why he can be likable.
If he padded his headband,
I think it's to headbutt his teammates.
That makes it even.
That's a football guy move.
That's a football move. That's
a football guy move right there.
Football dude move right there.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that he won football guy of the week the other week. So, I mean, it adds up. It makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Baker Mayfield, football guy of the week. Okay, time to talk about our games. I'm going to let you start.
No,
Giants.
You start first.
So this weekend, we have 11 games on Saturday. We have a full 16-game weekend. Got the Thursday night game, 11 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, but the NFL, they're smart. They spoil you fuckers. All right. They save the best game for last. The 8-6 Chargers will be taking on the 4-9-1 Indianapolis Colts on Monday Night Football. This is going to be the game of the week. And I mean that both in a positive and negative way towards my my Chargers right there. Now it's going to be exciting because the Chargers are going to win. We're going to be 9-6. We're going to essentially lock up a playoff spot next week. That's why it's going to be exciting for me. Why it's going to be exciting for you and not as exciting for me. It's going to be a really close game. Chargers -4.5. Fuck that. Give me Colts +4.5. Chargers money line. This is going to be a phenomenal game. Okay, phenomenal football game. Justin Herbert said it best.
Hold on. You don't think that the Colts losing in the most embarrassing fashion physically possible last week is gonna derail their season? And
I don't think it's gonna shut down their season.
You think that they're gonna come in with a vengeance now? I mean,
no, I think more so that the Chargers this week are gonna assume their season's over and not try this week. That's what I more so assume.
Wait a second. Did Jeff Saturday only start Big Dick Nick this week because of vibes?
So that is another implication. Matt Ryan is done for the season. Okay. Matt Ryan, PFT commentator has been talking about this a lot on PMT, but you got to feel bad for him back there because he cannot evade the pass rush. When he gets sacked, you're like scared for his health every time he hits the ground. Like it is frightening and terrifying for his long-term health, watching him just get fucking pummeled every game. His O-line isn't doing shit for him. But you're correct. The vibes are here. Big Dick Nick coming in for the Colts. I'm surprised Jeff Saturday didn't make this move immediately.
He made it just
once
in time.
He took the Colts
head coaching job. Hold on. Wait,
fuck you, Saturday, for doing this before facing us. That's kind of a dick move.
Wait even more of a second. It's Big Dick Nick on Christmas Eve day. You know who comes on Christmas Eve?
The 26th, the day after Christmas. So Big Dick Nick gets a Christmas, folks. Remember that.
But you know who comes on Christmas?
Santa.
You know what Santa's name is? Saint Nick.
Big Dick Nick Claus.
He's coming to town.
That's right. Nick Foles is going to gift Indianapolis a cover on Monday night. And they're gonna cover against us.
Oh, this is the Monday night game. You made it like it was
but yeah, those are my bolts. That's my breakdown. Okay, in all seriousness, no, my one seriousness though, my one comment on this game itself. So last week I saw Gilmore playing very physical with Justin Jefferson. I saw him playing very, very physical. I hope he doesn't do that to our receivers because I think if Mike Williams just gets tapped, he might be done for life at this point, based on his injuries.
I'm hoping that you just have better refs than we did because I swear to God, in a normal situation, if that specific hit that you and I are both thinking about,
I think we know what we're talking about.
He is gone and he's out of the game.
If our editor is great, he'd throw it up right here.
I'm not doing that. It's not happening.
He's not doing it, folks. But yeah, look it up yourself, you lazy fucks. But yeah. No, I just love my bolts though. I really
that's a good transition though.
Last week, I really loved the pass rush last week. And I think we're gonna
big note by the way. Big note by the way. Last week, Ifeadi Odenigbo got revenge game for him. He was on the Vikings prior, but he got the block punt and he had 3 sacks on us. The Colts released him.
Yikes!
They released him after our game. You are no longer playing against him.
Fuck yeah! Great move, Jeff Saturday. Well, he's not the GM. Yeah, okay.
Jim Irsay?
Imagine a world where, like, Jeff Saturday won't be the head coach next year, but let's say they convince Peyton to come on board and be their GM. Peyton goes to GM. Jeff Saturday, they could promote him to like fucking like advisor to the GM. Like he's just Peyton's boy. Like
killing in there. It's like the Wolf of Wall
He'll
Street.
still
You're
be
still in the
involved.
office.
In no doubt in my mind, Jeff Saturday will stay involved with the Colts.
No doubt.
It
No
doesn't
doubt.
need to be like a legit big job, but he could just be a special advisor to Peyton
He'll
Manning.
probably be an
They just need to
advisor
get
to.
Peyton Manning involved.
He'll probably put him as an advisor to whoever they hire as head coach.
I really hope they don't put Peyton Manning at coach. I don't want to see him. I want to see him build a roster. I want to see him at GM.
I
I
just
think
want
that'd
to
be
see
more
Peyton
interesting.
do more of what he's done, like Peyton places and stuff. His shows are actually great. Anyways,
Like when we were like old enough to start like understanding football, I don't know, fucking 10 years ago or so, like Peyton Manning was like kind of on his decline. Still
what are you
still
talking
very
about?
good.
On his decline, he had 7 touchdown passes at the start of the 2015 season with the Broncos.
The Broncos year. I know, but it's like after that one season, like he fell off a cliff like no other.
Yeah,
like,
Brock Osweiler might have started half their games that final season, but I mean,
dude, Brock Osweiler commentating ABC college football game. He commentated a fucking Tulane game.
Yeah, I know that.
This year. I was like, what the fuck, Osweiler? Like, don't talk to me about fucking Tyjae Spears. You don't know shit, you bum.
I did see
but
that.
Nah, like literally,
Anyways,
he was calling some of your games this year.
For
But
the Vikings, for the Vikings,
Giants.
I'm a little scared. I'm not scared of the Giants.
So I also just want to keep in mind earlier this week you were disrespecting Daniel Jones. I think it's gonna be really funny when he runs for a touchdown on your guys' defense this weekend.
Oh, I never said he couldn't run. Run. Let's get that one clear. I never said he couldn't run.
Now I picked you guys to win. Fun fact: I've actually picked the Vikings to win every single game this year. Yeah. And I just realized that the other week, but I think they're gonna win out. I think you guys are gonna finish the year 14-3.
So look, this is what I think, and this also connects to my power rankings from last week, which by the way, trending on TikTok.
I do. Yeah, I mean, doing good shit.
Yeah, check it out at Waterboy Pod. But yeah. So for the Vikings, look, my problem is two parts. 2 parts here. Technically 3. 1, emotional win last week. Biggest comeback in NFL history. You overcome a 33-point deficit to win. How do you respond this week? I already heard Coach O'Connell gave the entire team Sunday and Monday off. I'm hoping that they were watching film, maybe doing lift or something, so that way they weren't just kind of sitting on their asses at home. But need to get in the film, like need to get on top of everything, have to make sure we come back, because that's the same thing that we did after the Bills game. And that next week we got decimated by the Cowboys. So it's really important that we can get over that hump, get over that mindset from last week, wash it. It's a new week. Don't care about that week anymore. So
it's very grown up of you.
I'm worried about that. Also, Vikings fans as well. You guys need to, we all, I've seen a lot of you on the power rankings TikTok commenting, why are we ranked 7?
You guys gotta chill.
You gotta chill.
Right. You guys were down 33-0 to
overcame a 33-point deficit against a team that was 4-10, 4-9, and whatever the fuck. Right? We won the game, but there shouldn't have been a
Hey, you were still down at one point.
We were down 33 points. Defense played great second half. Didn't play good the first half. Offense didn't play good the first half either. I need to see them both improve. Otherwise, we're not doing shit in January.
Gotta play full 4 quarters in this fucking sport, guys.
Here's the thing. So there's that. I need to see the defense. The second thing is I need to see the defense improve. We did great the second half of last week. We only allowed 3 points in the entire second half. So need to see that again. Need to see them hold points back. I need to see the blitzing rate come up. I need to see them play more press. We got the length and the size to play press more. I want to see all that.
Also, I mean, quick comment on me. Other than Eagles Cowboys, you're involved in the game of the week again.
Yes. So spotlight will be on. It's another Saturday game. Also, for the third thing, now I have a fourth thing. Third thing, Andre Patterson coming back. His revenge game. He was our D-line coach for years. Now the D-line coach for the Giants with Kayvon Thibodeau. Kayvon Thibodeau has been playing great. Now it's our turn. We have to stop him. We've been tasked with stopping him. We need Darrisaw and we need Brian O'Neill both to step up and play great. Don't let Kirk Cousins get pressured. The last thing that I have, it is a special game. It is a white out theme game. We are running our white jerseys at home, all white minus the helmet, all white at home. They're repainting both the end zones and the center field mascot, whatever the fuck, white. Everything is white. Everybody, including the fans, has to wear white. So either that's going to bite us in the ass, because also the Giants wear white when they're away. So either that's going to bite us in the ass.
I don't think that's too much of the concerns.
No,
Giants wearing white part,
no,
but I can definitely. Is this a thing? Do you guys do whiteouts?
No, this is the first time we've ever done it.
That's a problem.
That's why I'm saying it's a problem.
If half the fucking stadium shows up wearing purple, well,
that's why it's a problem. Also, I just think in general, doing
like do they sell white Vikings apparel?
Yeah,
is that a normal thing?
Our away colors are white.
Yeah,
but not everybody has it because the primary.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it popular?
So
like the Cowboys, everyone has a white jersey.
But also, my thing is special uniforms and special games like that. Every time I've ever seen it, including for us specifically at Tulane, it's always ended poorly. Those teams always lose. So I'm hoping that doesn't apply here, but I can't say that I'm not superstitious about that bit. So with all that said, defense just needs to step it up. Need to continue that, especially not just this game, the rest of the season, going all the way through the end of the playoffs. If the Eagles manage to lose out, the 1 seed is in our territory. We can have it if we win out. We need that. Cannot drop lower than 3, but we all know that we do not want to play in San Francisco. If it becomes the 2 seed versus the 3 seed to go to the NFC Championship game, and we have to go through San Francisco for that, fuck that. Write it off. We're going home. So we need to have that home field advantage. That's really important. We didn't have that 2017. We need to have that this year. I think that on paper, the Vikings match up really well, but it's all about prep and execution. If we can see more of what we saw in the second half last week, if we can play the rest of the season the way we played the second half last week, we might look like the best team in the NFL.
You know what? I love those opinions. I love to hear that. I'm on Team Skull this week. I think one thing that really matches up well, the Giants, not the greatest passing attack, and at least in my opinion, that's been the
terrible passing
big struggle.
Which is good for us because our secondary is not great, but it doesn't mean they're not going to actually get yards on us because they always do so far. And I will be very happy if they don't, because that means that we'll have made improvements.
It is surprising how the Vikings are giving up 293 passing yards per game on average.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Big thing is stopping Saquon. But also we need to.
I hope you don't, respectfully, for my fantasy purposes, but
we need to manage player rest and injury too, because now we got these last couple of weeks coming out, and we're going to be playing outdoors in the cold these final 2 weeks as well. Then we have the playoffs, and we want to make sure that everybody's healthy. And we've had a couple players, Darius Smith specifically, Daniil Hunter, Garrett Bradbury, who have not been healthy these last couple of weeks or haven't even been able to play because they're so unhealthy. So making sure that they're ready to go in the playoffs, because either way, we're going to the playoffs. It's just a matter of if we're fighting for that home field advantage or not. So that's also important. And let's get Justin Jefferson this fucking title. Let's get him that title. Let's get him his season records. Let's fucking end it.
Let's get him that ownership in the team, baby. Let's get him all the above.
Let's get him everything under the fucking sun.
That's all I had on the NFL, though. Those are my closing comments. There was one other game that tickled my fancy a little bit, not gonna lie, between the Seahawks and the Chiefs, but we both went Chiefs. I don't know. Fuck. Maybe I'm stuck in this trap of my Seahawks past, and I'm a Pete Carroll fan at heart. I am, like, fuck Pete Carroll for picking Russell Wilson over the Legion of Boom. But then again, I love you, Pete Carroll, for starting to air it out the second Russell leaves. Like, that's the funniest shit of all time. So I'm at a crossroads with Pete Carroll, more leaning towards the side that he's my guy, but we're at a crossroads.
The Seahawks aren't in the playoffs anymore, right? So it's that
currently not. They're 7-7.
It's the Seahawks, Lions, and Commanders all fighting for that final wild card spot. I'm praying to God the Lions don't make it, because they do actually scare me. And for everybody who is arguing about why the Lions aren't my 10 seed over the Ravens, it's because, one, the Ravens have been winning.
They started the season 1-6.
It's because the Ravens have been winning without Lamar Jackson. So when Lamar comes back, are they a better team than the Lions? Yes.
Yeah.
And also,
The fuck we talking about,
the Lions,
people?
the Lions might be 7-7, but even when they're 7-7, didn't win the NFC North. They started 1-6, 1-7, whatever the fuck, and
One and six.
they're still not a playoff team. They're in playoff contention, and once they get there, yeah, obviously. And I think that they're a great team. I think that they deserve to be there. But also, I'm not ranking just the NFC. I have to account for the AFC teams. The power ranking is who I think is going to beat you, right? Those teams that are
So yeah, Seattle has the tiebreaker
I think
over Detroit right now.
so. I just it'll be interesting. The Seahawks might play this well, but I also think that they've been slipping for a while now. And I think that
Yeah, no, they have.
I think that
100%.
they're done. I think that it's going to be between the Commanders and the Lions, and for whatever fucking reason, the Commanders with Taylor Heineke are just feisty.
Feisty.
Feisty
They're
little
frisky. They're frisky.
Feisty
They're
little
frisky.
bunch.
They're frisky.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll just have one quick closing comment on the AFC wildcard outlook because my team's heavily involved. Holy fuck. So I mean, I obviously want Baltimore to lose a couple games. That'd be helping out my Bolts, obviously. Maybe we can get the 5 seed, go up against the Titans round 1. Very low key, the 5 seed in the AFC playoffs this year, that first wild card spot's going to be very, very big because the winner of the AFC South is going to suck balls, whoever it is. So
I would much rather play the Titans than I would the Jaguars.
I would, no, of course, but I'd rather play the Titans or Jaguars than Bengals or the Chiefs.
Yes, yes, very much agreed.
You want that 5 seed. That 5 seed spot is a fucking, it's very important. It's very big. Now we won't have home field if that now I'm saying we're gonna fucking lose this week to the fucking, I'm getting my hopes up, bro. All right, now I gotta cover the real topic of the Chargers. It happens every fucking year. I know it. The Chargers find a way to shoot themselves in the foot, and it's always around this time of the season where it's like, oh, the Chargers have an easy path to the fucking playoff right now. They're currently the 6th seed, which they are this year, or it's like they're currently in a wild card spot. The remaining strength of schedule is fucking 29th in the league. It's going to be an easy cakewalk rest of the 3 weeks. No, it's never easy. Okay. Going back to my story next week when I was sitting with next to a couple of veterans at SoFi, where the second the Chargers got the ball up.
Chargers veterans, not veterans like military. Let me clarify.
Yeah, no, Chargers. I'm talking veteran fans who have seen it all. That's what I mean. The second we got the ball back with around like 3:30 left and the game was looking done, we were up by a score. They were like, we're about to go 3 and out, punt back, and they're going to go and score, and it's going to be tie game. Like, stop celebrating. And then that immediately happened. Like, those are the people that are putting me in check right now. We're probably going to lose to the Colts this week.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say anything.
Colts, I think Rams, that the Chargers. You would assume we'd go 3-0, right?
I think that we broke the Colts.
No, I think 1-2.
I think we broke the Colts for you guys. I wouldn't worry about it that much.
I hope so, Everett. I hope so.
None of the Taylors.
But the thing is, if we go 1-2, we finish 9-8, still might be in.
Could be.
Yeah, that's all I got though. Bolt the fuck up, baby.
With that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Rate us 5 stars. Check us out on Twitter, TikTok, and on YouTube at WaterboyPod. Our Twitter handles are right here at Everett's Takes and at Waterboy Grant. It's the holiday season. That means you'll be home with your friends and family. And if you're not, I apologize. But why don't you spread the word? Spread the love. Spread the Waterboy love. Show everybody.
Yeah, if you're taking a plane ride on Delta, Sky Blue, I think Virgin moved over with someone else, or Spirit. Play us out loud on your JBL. Boom us on the speakers.
I know
United,
on Spirit Airlines.
Leave the plane right now. Take the emergency exit. Yeah. Get the fuck off that flight. They're trying to kill you.
I know on Spirit Airlines, they don't give a fuck. You want to play your boombox? Play the Water Boys on it.
It's actually encouraged on Scared. You get a discount on your seats if you play out music out loud.
It's a little,
and if you bring your crying baby, you actually fly for free.
But with that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Have a happy holidays. Merry Christmas to all. Happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, whatever other.
And remember, it's Minshew Mania, folks.
It is Minshew Mania. With that, Water Boys out.